You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling.
You know who it is, you know what it is. It's the Sizzle in the building, bringing you the hotness, the fire. You know what we come to do, always bring you the hot talk, the stuff that's really going down. But before we can do all of that, I gotta tell you who's in the building. You know who's in the building. J Sizzle's in the building.
Yes,
A-Train's in the building. And you know, I'm G Sizzle. I'm in the building. Okay, so fellas, let's get ready to just talk about what's getting ready to go down. Game 5 NBA Finals. This one is for all the potato chips. This is for all the cantaloupes. This is for all the moccasins. This is in the great words of the writer Kenny Loggins, this is it. This is the one you've been waiting for. And if it gets any bigger, then it'll be a frog that just fell off a log.
What sound effect was that?
That's what's going to happen if Boston doesn't get a win in this upcoming game. That's what's going to happen. That's going to be the sound. That's the sound of Andrew Wiggins continually still dunking on the whole Boston squad. Game 4, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see it, was a Travis Shamrock.
Told you.
Boston gave away a game by just turning the ball over. Here, take that. Take this. We don't want you to. Oh, well, go ahead and win. Andrew Wiggins had the greatest game of his professional year and life. And the only good thing that Boston can take away from this is they stopped Steph Curry's three-point lineage, where he's had 233 games where he's hit a three-pointer, but he didn't do it, and they still beat them. It looked like by 40, but it was only by 10. All right, so A-Train, I'm going to start with you because you had most animus about what was going on in Game 4. So talk to me. How are you feeling now, a few days after Game 4? You've had a chance to decompress and get ready for Game 5.
A-Train. I think he a game behind, ain't he? We talking about Game 4, Game 5. Ain't this Game 6 coming up, bro?
Yeah, well, okay.
I think we need to be talking about Game 5, right?
I think we need to be talking about Game 5.
Yeah, well, I said
game. Well, you want to go back again when Game 3 when got Game 4 with the Celtics 2-1. You want to go back there so you feel a little bit better about the Green Machine?
I do, really, I do, because I really feel bad about my prediction. I felt the Celtics were going to come in and go into Golden State, take a game there, and then you go back to Boston, you take a game there, and it's a Game 7, and it all feels sexy. It doesn't feel sexy.
Hey, Trey, don't let him talk all that 2020 hindsight. What he thought was going to happen. You saw what happened. Now, oh wait a minute, you look like you're a little hurt over there, young fella. Now, go and tell us about your pain.
Young fella's kind of hurting right now. young fella's kind of hurting. I'm not going to lie. I just don't understand how and why the Boston Celtics are losing and Jason Tatum is still averaging at least 25 points a game. I don't get it, but I do get this. The Celtics need help. Like right now, it's like when I look at their basketball, I describe their basketball to watching that Titanic sink. Slowly but surely just going down. And I don't get it. Like, I feel like Coach is just, honestly, his back is against the wall right now. And Golden State has him exactly where he wanted him to be in this series. and he is just out of options at this point. And like we're all going to say in this conversation, this game is for all the marbles, all the potato chips, all the beans in the bag, everything, all the ribs in the barbecue, everything at the cookout, all said and done. If they don't pull it together now, they're not coming back from this at all. They can't, they won't. Better luck next season.
Well, Jay, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
Celtics seem to play better with their back against the wall. This is game 6. Golden State has a 3-2 lead. Golden State is saying they're preparing for the hardest game of the season. They feel that it's going to be hard. But I feel like they're broken. I feel like something's missing. And I don't know what happened to Boston, but something's missing. Something just went awry.
I can tell you what happened.
What was that?
They got them shoes on. Remember in the Wizard of Oz when Dorothy was putting on them ruby slippers, and she clicked her heels 3 times, and she was trying to go home. Well, they healed them broke. See, let me explain something to you right now. Let me explain something to you. I told you when you was getting all that magical jump shot shooting from Al Horford, who was just letting it fly like he was Stephen Curry. When you had White coming off the bench, looking like he was a lottery pick, right? All that going on. When you had Jason Tatum all going to the hoop, looking, oh, he's the greatest. When you had the NBA.
Let's not talk about Jason Tatum.
#1 defensive player of the entire universe, D'ing them up, and they had all this magic going on. What happened to the Celtics? You know what happened to the Celtics? They need to go to the Wizard because they are all 10 men. They ain't got no heart. When it comes down to crunch time in the 4th quarter, they crumble. They fold up like a bad lawn chair. I saw, look, they were down 1 point. And what game was that? Game 4? They were down 1 point. And what happens? Stephen Curry erupted on them, right? Now, they went, did I not tell you they was going to go a boxing one? Did I tell you they was going to go a boxing one? I told you that. They go throw everything to Steph. They threw everybody at him. And they did what teams have been trying to do. Oh, they shut Curry down. He couldn't hit a 3-pointer to save his life. He was missing the entire rim. He built a whole condominium up there, right? And they still couldn't get it done. You know why they couldn't get it done? Because they forgot. The Warriors do have a lottery pick on their team. They do have a big 3 on their team who finally decided, like, hey, he like Dre. Oh, you forgot about Dre? You forgot about Wiggins. And he made you pay. He is what Jason Tatum hopes to be one day. You know what I'm saying? That's what the problem is. The 10 men, the Celtics, they should just call them the Celtics. Back to you.
Okay, you know what? Look, man. All right. Okay, so game 4. Yes, it was a 10-point. It was a 1-point deficit for Boston in the 4th quarter. And then there was a 12-0 run, and it ended up being a 10-point game. But game 5, it seemed like a lot more, and it was. Actually, they narrowed the margin by 10 points at the end. But this was a full 14 to 15 point span, and they could not stop Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, you can't stop Andrew Wiggins.
You can't stop Andrew Wiggins.
You can't stop him. It's who you gonna stop him with? Who you sending over there? Horford? Nope. You sending White? Nope, too small. You sending defensive player of the year? Nah, he's too short. Right? He can guard the leprechaun, maybe, but he can't guard Andrew Wiggins. So what you gonna do now? Who you want? And they look, Stephen Curry, he might as well have been sitting up there with his mama as bad as he was shooting. Did you see her in the braids? I digress. But what I'm saying to you is this, right? The Boston Celtics looked over there and they said, "Oh, that's the Golden State Warriors." And we in the finals. And they all sat back and pulled out their popcorn. Jason Tatum don't want this smoke. He don't want the smoke. How come he wasn't breaking people, taking them to the rim? How come he wasn't doing that? How come he wasn't slashing when they needed him to slash? No, he's going to be a facilitator. I'm sorry. When did he become a point guard? Isn't Jason Tatum a two guard? Ain't that what he played? When he going to call him the waiter now? He Tony Kukoc? Come on. Look, let me tell you something, man. This team of the Celtics, they are front runners, right? Front runners. As long as they're able to bully you, they're good to go. But all of a sudden, when they start getting bullied back, start getting smacked upside their mouth, when Draymond Green is talking about their mama, they can't take the pressure. And Jason Tatum don't want the smoke. He looked good. He's one of them guys that look great out there until the fight starts. Right? Until the fight starts. And then he goes away. Oh, I had 7 assists. We don't need your assists. We don't need your assists. Andrew Wiggins was dunking on y'all from the free throw line. He was clowning you, smiling at you, pointing up to his mama, talking about, you know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm gonna tell you what. This is gonna be a rout in Game 6.
Before we go there, when we talk about routes and we talk about just being thoroughly thrashed, can we take about 30 seconds just to talk about the wife swap of the year? I mean, can somebody explain to me, how did Dale Curry end up with Sonia Curry's ex-wife, and then she had the husband?
Well, hold on. What happened? That was Sonia Curry's ex-wife that he went?
No, that wasn't Sonia Curry's ex-wife. Sonia Curry's current boyfriend, the woman Dale Curry was with, was his wife, his ex-wife.
Dude, it happened like that sometimes in the Bay. You know what I'm saying?
It's fabulous, baby. It is amazing.
I call that a power move.
Oh, that's a player move right there. He let her know. He let her know. You do know I'm Dale Curry, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
you can sleep on me all you want to, but I'm still moving.
I'm Dale Curry. Matter of fact, every time you see your boy, you're gonna see me. Why? Because I'm with his boo. You know how much fun this is gonna be when we have family reunions going on.
Oh, man. It's gonna be like reality TV finals edition.
Oh.
Like that. You like that?
All right. So I know one person who didn't like it, and that's Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is not liking any parts of what's going on.
He don't want no smoke.
I refuse to believe that he does not want the smoke. He wants all the smoke, A-Train, but it's too much smoke. He needs like a ventilator. He needs a window. It's because it's getting smoky, boy. They are quiet. So A-Train, talk to me, because the Boston is quiet now, sir. There's no talking going on. There's just a lot of standing around looking at each other and Andrew Wiggins. I'm so.
To me, oh my goodness. Tatum, poor Tatum. And you know, and the bad thing about it is he's a great basketball player on just a team that just doesn't know how to fight. And you know, I feel like, you know, you see all the greats that have gone through this type of slump, and eventually the big man upstairs usually, yes.
Are we saying that Jason Tatum is great?
I will say this, excuse my words. If a team was built around Jason Tatum, I bet you would see a different finals result right now.
So you mean you got the defensive player of the year, you got Horford shooting out of his mind, you got Williams, one of the best big men in the league, you got who else? You got White coming off the bench.
That's not a team built around him.
Who's he need? He needs James Harden now. He needs LeBron. Who else do we need?
Who else is really scoring?
He could use Zach LaVine.
He could definitely use Zach LaVine.
Yeah, okay.
But Zach LaVine, he's not going to Boston.
Oh no, he's going to stay in Chicago.
He's staying in Chicago.
I just saw a new billboard with him on it, and
I mean, this is home.
I don't know about home. This is
But
he can get
this is-
five
but
points
weren't the
this year.
Celtics the beast to the East though? That ain't what we've been hearing now for half an NBA season now. That they're the team to beat. They are it. And all of a sudden now, because they forgot that these NBA games actually go 4 quarters instead of 3.
All I can say is this: Tatum scoring 27. Horford scoring 9. Williams scoring 10. Brown scoring 18. Smart scoring 20. No, that's not going to cut it. That team is not well diverse. You have one man scoring all the points, and then you got the other players just scoring for scraps. That's not a team that's built. That's a team that was put together just merely because you got one that's been in the league for a very long time and has made a name for himself. But let's be honest, Horford is not producing at all. He had one great game that he can make every shot he threw up, but besides that, quiet. Williams,
36-year-old center. How much noise do you need him to make, sir?
Let's quiet all this down, right? Okay. So you got the Golden State Warriors who play basketball with 4 men on offense, right? Draymond Green is a non-factor on offense. Non-factor from the 3-point line, non-factor from 2, non-factor from down below. He's a non-factor. He throws the ball over his head and gives you 6 points a game. That's what he does. So now the Celtics are playing 4 against 5. And you mean to tell me with that advantage, with the advantage of Stephen Curry, the worst shooting I've ever seen Stephen Curry ever shoot. I've never seen him shoot that bad. I mean, literally, he looks like me out there left-handed. You got that advantage, and you still get run over by Wiggins. I mean, I don't care what, this is an NBA team. You're playing 4 against 5 right now. I mean, Draymond, even on defense, he's a liability now. You're going to start seeing Looney playing more, right? So here's the issue, buddy. They don't even have a legitimate big man. The Warriors don't have a legitimate big man. So the Celtics have all the advantage right now. The only advantage the Celtics don't have is they just cannot put their foot on the gas. And why can't they put their foot on the gas? Because Jason Tatum, your superstar, is in neutral. He only shines when the sun's out, right? But when the clouds come out, he ain't bright enough to break through. He needs to take over games. He should have took that game. It should have been him and Wiggins going back and forth, running up and down the court, trying to dunk on each other and dunk on everybody else. But he was a person non grata at the end of that game. Person he no be there. He might as well. Did he just foul out? Did he foul himself out? I must got 6 fouls. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down on the bench, even though I'm on the court, because that's what it looked like. And I just really believe at this point right now. I mean, here's the thing about: is Jason Tatum the guy you want to build your team around? Have you seen superstardom from him? Because I think he front ran a lot during the early part of the season. And I talked about that, right? This is when legacies are built right here. And I'm gonna tell you this for right now. This is gonna get ugly in Boston. They might start walking out in the middle of the 3rd quarter. Just might.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Wait.
Everyone has to do their job. Do your job.
That's right, Tom. So we've got to figure out what's the job. So, A-Train, I'm going to let you retort Jay Sizzle's torrid. It was just terrible, his rant. And we're going to let you give us the pointers of how Boston gets back and wins game 6 and forces a game 7. Because as we know, if they lose game 6, it's over. It's done. You're going to see Sonia Curry with someone else's husband, and you're going to see Dale Curry with someone else's wife. You're going to see Jason Tatum look very sad, but really not that sad, but you're going to see his child. You're not going to get him to get his own signature shoe with Jordan. This is going to be horrific. They're probably going to cut Marcus Smart's hair on the court just to show their disdain in Boston for the loss. So talk to me, A-Train. How does Boston win game 6? What?
Well,
What do you mean, well?
well,
Is that all? Man,
Well, since Jay Sizzle has all the answers,
uh,
with his headphones on, with his Sizzle background, I will say this. The way the Boston Celtics will win Game 6. Well, you are right. I feel like Jason Tatum is playing a little bit in neutral, but I don't know how quiet you can be when you've played 44 minutes and just have a quiet 27 points. I've never heard that. But I mean, obviously Jay Sizzle has. But I feel like he needs to do more, and I feel like he needs to get his team more involved. I feel like Al Horford needs to do better. I mean, he's also sharing time. He did play 33 minutes. He did. But I feel like 9 rebounds, we can get more. And I feel like they need to send, I don't even know. Wait, is he a good free throw shooter? But he need to be practicing them, because that's where he's going to get majority of his points. He needs to get majority of his points on the free throw line, and we need some more and ones. Mr. Williams, spotty shooter, on and off. You see spurts, but you can never get a full game out of Mr. Williams. I don't understand it, but we need, as a center, you need to, and I understand what Jason is also saying. The Golden State Warriors don't have that big man. So, you're pretty much playing, I have to agree, you're playing 5-on-4. I feel like with that dominance, I feel like he should be killing the boards. Need to be killing the boards.
Yeah.
And then, oops, sorry.
No, I'm just saying there's no killing of the boards. In fact, the boards seem to be killing them. When you look at the scoreboard, it seems to be a murderous thing for the Celtics. But Jay, to that point,
Yeah.
Jason Tatum has only lost once in a series in a Game 6, and that was to the legendary LeBron James.
Yeah.
So, is there any possibility that they can push this to Game 7 if you get another off night by Steph Curry and you find a way to contain or at least go toe-to-toe with Andrew Wiggins?
Big shot, Jason Tatum. Big shot, no shot. All right. Here he comes. And he was 1 for 5 in the fourth quarter in Game 5. 1 for 5. And in the fourth quarter of the fourth game, what did he have? Let me 1, 2, 3. 3 points in the fourth quarter, right? He can score all them 27 points whenever else he wants, but when they need him to score, he's not there. He's a stat filler. That's what he is right now. When they need him to come and bring you the pain, he cannot do it. He's shown it again. I'm going to tell you what, I really believe this is up in his head now. I believe if he does not bounce back, you might see Jason Tatum. Has he won a championship yet?
No.
No. Right now. You might not see him win one. There's a lot of players, very good players, on the brink of being great who get their heart broke, right? We see that happen all the time to a lot of people, but they're not as gangster as Del Curry. His wife's dude's ex-wife, that's just gangster. But that's how Del Curry rolls. Tatum needs some Del Curry in his life. He need to get some big payback going, because these 4 quarters, he just being divorced in these 4 quarters. And why is that happening? Why is that happening, right? Because he will not impose his will. And that's what I've been saying about this team. This team is great when they beat them. Yeah, they beat Giannis, but who's on Giannis' team? Really, who except for Giannis? Giannis carried that team by himself, right? Who else did they beat like that? Kevin Durant? Really? That dysfunctional family going on over there? They couldn't even hold that together. They couldn't even hold that together. You had Kyrie, the COVID kid, who decided he just wasn't going to play. James Harden, he just ate himself off the team. He just said, you know what, I'm not going to do. I'm going to go over here. I might not even shoot. And so you had a weakened Kevin Durant. I don't think that's no feather you put in your cap because you ran through the nets, right? But when you come up against a champion, right, who's been to the finals now, 4 times, 5 times in the last 8 years, and 2 of those years was when they were hurt and banged up and Clay's knee fell off twice. All of a sudden, now you got a team who's come back, and now they're not even cracking on all. Look, you mean to tell me that somehow or another Jason Tatum will pull it together in the fourth quarter when he knows Stephen Curry had the worst game of his career, and they still lost. Draymond Green was trash, and they still lost. You know why? Because they don't even have Andrew Wiggins' heart. And I never thought I was going to say that. Andrew Wiggins is the Phoenix. He rose from the dead. He's like Dracula, right? And now every time Jason Tatum wake up, it's Andrew Wiggins. Here he comes. Oh, here he comes again. It's going to be more of the same.
Oh my God.
It's going to be more of the same. You know why? Because they wanted to win a championship, but the championship wasn't in them. Now, are they going to be fighting? Yeah, they're going to fight. They're going to fight hard for 3 quarters. They've been doing that for the whole series. But it's the fourth quarter, when it's on the line, when they got to balance themselves to get across the last few steps and the wind is blowing, timber, they fall right off the line. And that's what I see again. Let's say this. Does anybody here believe Jason Tatum's going to have a big fourth quarter? Is he going to have a 10-point fourth quarter? No, I don't think so. That's why they're going to lose. They're going to get run out of there. They're going to get run out of Boston. They're going to get run out of Boston.
Well, with that rosy prediction, I guess we don't need to ask what the score will be because Jay Sizzle has Golden State winning by 200. It'll be the first 200-point game since the last Space Jam game. So I'm going to ask you, A-Train, before we leave. What is a logical score now that Boston, what can they do to hold this now new juggernaut of the big three? Stephen Curry, Jackie Moon, and Andrew Wiggins.
Jackie Moon. That's good. I like that one.
Well, I guess if Jason's going to say that conclusion, I guess we're going to need some Bush Bavarian, and we're just going to need a moon ball.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's way to reach over there and get that one, sir. Hey,
I do have faith in my boy Jason Tatum, and I do have faith in my Celtics. It might be the luck of the Irish, but I'm going to say the final score is going to be 105-97.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. I like that. Hey, I like that.
I got a prediction. I got a prediction.
What's your prediction?
Jason Tatum shooting 5 for 21 in the last 12 minutes. That's what he's going to do. He's going to continue to do that. I guarantee, hey, I'm going to put this on you now. Jason Tatum is going to fire up a 3 and miss everything in the fourth quarter because the nerves is going to be on him. Look, look here. I know I'm joking at Josh.
So you realize that the Boston Celtics were leading the Golden State Warriors in 3-point percentage, right?
I do realize that, but what happens in the fourth quarter? What does their superstar do?
All I'm saying is, if he jacks up the 3 and makes it, what then?
They hit 8 straight. They hit 8 straight in game 5. That's all that were wanting. I think they went 0 for 12 or something like that to start. They hit 8 straight. What difference does it make? All that whoop whoop, all that in 3 quarters, it's a 4-quarter game. And your superstar has not shown up for 2 straight games, right? Has not shown up. So in the fourth quarter, when they need him, why do I think Jason Tatum is all going to turn around and go grow a pair and go get out there and ball out? Because you know why? Because he just saw Wiggins do something. Wiggins just scared them. They have fear now because all of a sudden the person they thought that Wiggins was going to be when he first got into the league, it looked like he woke up out of a cryo sleep, right? He woke up like that, and all of a sudden he's like, man.
I mean, Horford did that in game 1, though.
But Horford's 155 years old.
He woke up from his knee braces.
No, do we
woke
really
up from this icy hot bath?
I'm sure.
Oh my gosh! If I shoot this ball, this is how he shoots it.
Yeah, well, right. I tell you one thing.
From 1974, that's how you hit that ball fly.
I know the one thing that none of you've talked about, and the thing that's going to help Boston win Game 6 and push this to a Game 7.
Yeah,
it's going to be the presence of Nia Long.
Oh my God!
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's the Sizzle in the building. Listen, this is Game 6 preview. This is where you need to be to hear about all the marbles, all the basketballs, all the rip tips, all the giblets, everything that you need to know is right here. Make sure that you're liking, subscribing, and hitting that button. Make sure you're pushing this in the algorithm. Hit the thumbs up. If you have not done it, shame on you and shame on your friends. Hit the button, share this with someone, love someone, and you know what? I am still so flabbergasted that
what?
Curry's pimping like that. Bruh, we got to go, but you know what? Our next Father's Day show, we're gonna talk about pimping with Dale Curry. And what do you get? The father who has everything and even somebody else's wife.
Hey, here's a real pimping move. If I was Dale Curry, why don't he just go sit next to Sonya and have his chick sitting on the other side? That'd be a real pimp right there.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's the Sizzle in the building. And we want to thank you for listening. Make sure you hit the button, and we will see you, our friends, on the other side.
Thank you for listening to The Sizzle, the hottest sports talk in the 219, here on Iron Skillet Television and Iron Skillet Radio. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet Sports.